this time we have receiver Jeff Weimer. Questions for Jeff? Greg?
Jeff or Jeffrey? Which you go?
Either or.
What's
Yeah.
your mom call you?
Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jeff, start with was it frustration having to sit and wait and, need the court opinion? Walk me through that process and how difficult that was to have that out of your hands.
Yeah, I don't. It may sound odd, but it kind of reminded me when I was in junior college. Because you're working hard and doing the things you can control, but you don't know if that opportunity will come. So it's similar in that regard, which I've had the opportunity of going through junior college, and that kind of prepared me for that. The frustration isn't the word I would use. I think it's just being patient, focusing on day by day what I can do to get better, and kind of trusting that. I will say that up until the court day, that's when you get a little bit more nervous. So definitely the 24 hours leading up to it was nerve-wracking for sure. But other than that, it was just staying to the course and trying to get better each day, which has been what I've done my whole career. So
Getting better when you can't practice with the team, though. Obviously, you could work out on your own. How hard was that?
it gets repetitive because you feel like you're doing the same thing each day. But, I mean, there's worse things. Like, I wasn't injured or anything, so I could actually physically practice. And I've dealt with injuries in the past before, and that is hard because you physically can't do what you want to do. I wasn't practicing, but I was finding ways to get better, and that allowed me to put my head on my pillow at night knowing I got better, which is, important to me. So
This offense hasn't really been clicking the way I'm sure a lot of you guys think it has the potential to so far. And from your perspective, what needs to happen to get there?
I think sometimes it's just time and getting chemistry with everybody, and then getting in a rhythm as well. So I think it's trusting that. I believe in Coach Rich Rod and the offense. I think it's just coming with time and more reps. So I believe in it for sure, and I think that time will tell.
Do you feel like the chemistry is a bit better than it was, say, in preseason camp or in week 1 of the season now?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's the same thing. More reps, more practices, more meetings. I mean, everything starts coming together. So I think I'm trusting that and knowing that, we're on the right pace or on the right track. We just need to get it rolling. So.
Jeff, we've seen your bio of all your stops, but living through it personally, like you said, California kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then JUCO, UNLV, I mean, all the other stops. What's it like to have actually lived that and been through it? Does it feel like you've been moving all the time?
Yeah. To me, it feels like I've only been one place for a year, and then I've changed. So I think that's been eye-opening for sure. I think it's been cool to be able to see the world. Honestly, though, the best thing about that is just building relationships. That's the thing I've been blessed with that, is being able to learn, being different coaching staffs, and honestly, the players and relationships I've made through each organization I've been able to be a part of has been a blessing. So it's definitely eye-opening. A lot of perspective to gain through that.
Did they have a term what you got as a concussion during the game? Did they have a term that's your head injury as a concussion?
No, I cleared the protocol and all that once we went in the tent.
What was it like? I mean, when you get hit in the head, you don't know where you are.
No, I definitely knew where I was. It wasn't that. It was more getting the wind knocked out of me. So the player made a good play. He hit me in the chest. It wasn't the targeting. So to me, it was just got the wind knocked out of me and was trying to get my breath back. And once I did, I tried getting off. I don't like staying on the ground. So, yeah.
How have you improved over your time through all these stops? I mean, what were you like as a junior college receiver, and then how have you progressed?
I've definitely progressed physically. I think having access to, I think we have the best strength staff in the country here. So, that was one thing coming here, is I was able to take advantage of that. But I think just being able to adapt is something, because changing from one offense to another, different coaching staff to a different coaching staff, you have to be able to adapt. Something that's important to me is trying to just be the best I can be for the team. And honestly, I think that makes it an easier transition, because then you're just, what can I do to better help the team, and put all my energy and time and focus on doing that as best as I can.
This week you guys have Utah. They're one of the better teams in the league in the opinion of many people. Have you seen anything in your preliminary like film study and anything that's been handed out from the coaches, just scouting reports, where you think you guys might be able to exploit or pick apart something on their defense and get this offense rolling?
Yeah, to me, I think it always comes down to, I mean, especially from an offensive perspective, I mean, it's just executing the plays that, we're able to execute. It doesn't really, obviously this is a great team and everything like that, but, I mean, it comes down to West Virginia and West Virginia football and the West Virginia offense and executing the way we need to. This offense runs, we get it going the way it should be. It doesn't matter what's in front of us as long as we execute the things we need to and we get the ball rolling. So that's really, I think our focus.
Jeff, what's the most important thing for you getting open, finding an open spot? This offense, obviously, a lot of short passes, a lot of things just depending on doing that over and over.
Yeah.
So for you trying to find that space, what's the most important?
I think it's just having, one, it's being able to identify coverage and making the right read within your route. But I think suddenness is a big thing as well, being able to make one route look, or make a route look like it's something when it's actually something else. That's something I depend on. I mean, I'm not the fastest guy, but what's important to me is trying to make someone think I'm doing something and then change the route or change it. But as far as this offense, I think it's just being on time, being where you need to be, when you need to be, and making the right reads.
Any other differences with this offense compared to others? You think wide receiver, you do the same thing no matter where, but what are the differences here?
Definitely the tempo. You got to be in shape to run this offense, especially in wide receiver. So that's probably the like I've played on up-tempo offenses before, but not to the same level as this. So that was definitely something to change because you got to be able to think quick. You got to understand the offense well enough to where you're not lining up thinking, what route do I have? You got to be able to line up and know the offense and think about how am I going to win? What coverage do I think this is going to be? So you have to know it well enough to start thinking in that way instead of more in the defensive way where you're like, what do I have? So that's something that's important, in my opinion, that you got to be able to do in this offense.
Being in shape for this tempo, when you're not going through fall camp, did it take you a while to get to where you were comfortable?
Yeah, I think it's more about applying. I was working really hard when I couldn't practice, so I was in shape to come in, but it is a little different because it's not the same. However, because of the preparation I was doing when I couldn't practice, it wasn't that much of a leap for me. It was more about just kind of getting in the rhythm of competing, running routes, getting open against guys. That was more of my priority. The shape part, I think, yeah, there was a time where that, I needed to get a little bit more in shape, but it wasn't like I had to make a big leap of getting more in shape because of what I did when I couldn't practice. So.
Jeff, you said you've been injured before. I believe that was 2023, right? You hit the portal and were just out for a year. Is that right?
In 2023, I had some personal things, so I wasn't enrolled anywhere actually from the 23 and 24 season. But an injury did occur was 22, 23. I broke a collarbone. I had to get surgery. So.
I'm not invading here, but I'm just curious. When you're out of football for a year and you're trying to get back in,
Yeah.
That's a unique process for a lot of transfers too. How
Yeah.
did you stay visible, stay sharp, and also deal with the stuff on the side too? Make sure that was right.
Well, it's funny looking back, at least within my career and where I've been. A lot of it's similar. I mean, it kind of goes back to when I couldn't practice this fall. It's just controlling the things I can control and just finding a way to get better. So, I mean, really it was that. Unknowingly, if I was going to get an opportunity, I was able to end up getting an opportunity, but because of the things I was doing and controlling what I could control, I was prepared for that. So.
Does that explain why you're at Fairmont State this offseason?
Yeah, I was in Fairmont. I just needed to get some classes squared away. So.
Do you have any history with West Virginia previously? What led you to say, I'm going to come across country and come to West Virginia?
Yeah, I honestly didn't really know too much about West Virginia. Couldn't even point it out on a map, if I'm being honest, when I was back home. But now the coaching staff, once I got in contact with the coaching staff, and to me, I mean, football has taken me a lot of places, but wherever ball has been and my passion, I've always loved where that's been. But the coaching staff is really the biggest sales point for me coming out here. And now being out here, the state really has grown on me, and I really like it a lot. So,
Okay, thank you very much.
yeah. Thank you, guys.